Hello, welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Yes, I am doing another apartment. Okay, first of all, hear me out. This one is actually an apartment building. It has 3 units. My other two arguably could be used base game, no packs whatsoever, not even for rent. For the BFF duplex, you could easily use that with the BFFs. They're best friends. They don't mind coming and going from each other's apartments. They share what's one is everybody's, right? So that's totally fine to use base game. And the cabin with the basement apartment, you could easily have a family of Sims who have an adult child or an older teenage child who can use the basement apartment and it still works. Like, they're all family, so they're gonna share like kitchens and bathrooms and everything anyway. So it's fine. Those builds were totally okay to have base game only, and I don't consider them really truly apartment buildings or apartment rental places. So I feel like it doesn't count, right? It don't count. I'm gonna say it doesn't count, but this one actually counts. This one, I think you would be really hard pressed without a lot of mods and without a lot of pretending to be able to use this lot as an apartment building without the forthcoming for rent. So technically, this is my first real for rent or pretend or fake apartment building, right? Can we say that? I'm gonna say that, so you have to go along with it. Anyways, it turns out really nice in the end, but it was really, really frustrating. So I cut a significant portion out. I show the building of the lot itself, like the building, the structure itself, and then I show the decorating of the middle level apartment. But that's it. I don't do the third floor apartment or the first floor apartment. The third floor apartment is more or less basically a copy of the second floor apartment. But the first floor apartment is just a 1 bedroom apartment because that's all I could fit there with needing the space for the entryway room, which I wanted to put the mailboxes in, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to. I don't think we are. I could be wrong, but I don't think we are. So maybe something else will come with for rent that we can stick, because the entryway room is pretty sparse. It's pretty bare, I'm not gonna lie. I left it empty hoping that maybe we could still stick the mailboxes in there, though I don't think we will be able to. So we'll have to find something else. The third level apartment and the first level apartment are sparsely decorated. They have all the basic things a sim could need: shower, a toilet, sink, stove, fridge, bed, couch, TV. But I didn't go overboard with the decor or the extras or the clutter or anything like that, like I did with the one that you'll see in this video. I kind of gave it, well, I did kind of for the third floor. I kind of had a family in mind that might want to live there. I was thinking an older couple who had a child later in life, and so now they're elderly and their child is still a teenager. And so I kind of sparsely, granted, sparsely, but I kind of decorated it with that idea in mind. The first floor is just a generic one sim apartment. Like, it's got a bed, it's got a TV, it's got some books. Um, It doesn't it's got basic appliances, but it doesn't have too much more than that. It's got a blue theme, I think, if I remember. Like everything is blue, I think. I don't remember, but yeah, so those were kind of the ideas. And you will see pictures of them, screenshots of them at the end of the video, along with the screenshots of the second apartment. But I did spend a significant more. Wait, how to. What? What am I trying to say? I spent a lot more time. We'll go with that. I spent a lot more time on the middle level apartment than I did anything else. Probably even more time than I did on the exterior of the building, honestly. Maybe. Yeah, I think I kind of did. It's my favorite too, so I mean, I put more effort into it, so of course it's going to be my favorite. But, anyways, I did leave a small room in that entryway area to use maybe for an electrical panel or something. I know we're getting stuff like that with for rent, but I don't know if it's gonna fit in that space or not. We can always expand it out a little bit, and I do plan on going back in to these 3 builds that I've made and updating them with a for rent version. And I will have that version on the gallery as well as this version. I won't delete this version, I'll just add the for rent version with those other things because I believe we're getting, I think it's a water heater or some kind of water unit, maybe, and an electrical panel. So, at least to this apartment building for sure, I want to add those things and possibly to that cabin because I did leave an empty closet space in the cabin with the basement apartment build for stuff like that. So I kind of want to go back to those 2 for sure. I'm not sure what I'd do in the BFF duplex to add those, but we could probably come up with something. Like maybe in Summers on Summer's side, we could reduce the second bedroom a little bit and add a utility closet there potentially. I don't know. We'll figure it out though when the pack comes out. Did I mention that I thought for sure that we'd be getting more information this week? I was so sure of it. And then I looked at the calendar and I realized we still have 3.5, maybe even a little over 3.5 weeks before For Rent comes out. So now I'm thinking we're probably not going to get any information this week. It'll probably be next week instead. But that's okay because I've had a busy couple of weeks and I could use a slower week where I just have time to get caught up on some of my videos. I realized over the weekend that I have 2 Disney Dreamlight Valley videos that I never edited and uploaded that I forgot about that were supposed to go up almost 2 weeks ago. So yeah, that was pretty bad. I found them and I'm like, oh, I forgot all about these. So I'd like to be able to get those up this week because they still have stuff from the Halloween event in them. So I'd like to get those finished and uploaded. And I would really like to move on to the Forgotten Quest. So I can't do that if I don't finish these episodes. But I have so many more ideas for so many more builds too that I just want to have some time to build. And having a week with not a massive amount of news coming out every single day would be so helpful in order to get these build videos done and uploaded too. So yeah. What else? What else? I don't even, what have I even said so far? I don't even remember. There isn't much to say. It is in Oasis Springs, this build, and it does have blooming rooms and desert luxe kits. I used only 2 kits and nothing else, obviously base game, but nothing as far as expansion stuff, game packs, or kits, just those 2 kits. If you don't have those 2 kits, it's fine. I think the most that I used from those 2 kits were some plants, I think is it. I don't even end up using any of the furniture. Oh no, the entryway door for the entryway room, the common room down on the first floor. That doorway is from Desert Lux, but that's easy to replace with almost any doorway that you want. But the rest of the stuff is all just plants. So if you end up not having those kits, it's fine. You just won't have all the greenery around that I've put. And even at that, you'll still have most of it because the majority of what I used is base game stuff, anyways, so it's fine. There are only a few things from Blooming Rooms. Actually, now that I'm looking at this and thinking about it, I think that the only thing I really used from Desert Lux was the door. That's it. I don't think I used anything else. I really don't remember using anything else from Desert Lux. That's weird. Huh. Well, anyways, that makes it even better for you because it's pretty much all. Oh, yeah, I used the curtains. I knew there had to be something. I used the curtains from Desert Lux. I was really confused by that for a second there. Like, my brain just was not computing. But, anyways, I did use the curtains. So, you will be missing some curtains and a door, which I don't feel is that big of a deal. If you don't have those, you could easily replace those. But predominantly, everything is base game again. I'm not gonna lie. I love building predominantly base game builds so that the majority of people can download and use them as possible. But it does get boring after a while. There are so many things that I could do, want to do, would love to do, but I don't want to have to worry about which packs I'm using. I just want to be able to decorate with whatever I feel looks good in that spot. And so I might take a break from doing base game only houses for a while and do some where I just do whatever packs I want and I don't restrict or limit anything. I just I think I'm better at building when I have access to all the packs. And I can kind of see why a lot of people who don't buy every single pack love custom content because the content is kind of restricted if you don't have the packs or custom content. So I might build a few things that are not predominantly base game. I'll try not to go overboard. Maybe I'll do like an every other one sort of deal. I'd also like to try a few like build challenge type things. I've been seeing so many people doing them recently and they look so frustrating that they look fun. I know that sounds dumb, but sometimes when a build challenge is frustrating, it can be really fun in the end, especially to watch as a viewer. So I kind of like to try a few build challenges too. So yeah, I might do that too. And again, those would not be predominantly base game builds because a lot of the build challenges are something like each room is a different color or each room is a different price range or each room is a different pack. So I'd kind of have to have access to basically everything. Now, the one thing about this build that I don't know that I love is this front garden here. The garden itself is fine. The rocky area is fine. I tried to get it to match kind of with the other rocky gardens in the area of this neighborhood. The thing I don't like about it is the border I put around it. I feel like if I'd have gone with like fewer rocks, not used quite as many, and maybe left some gaps between them, it might look better. Right now, well, you'll see in a minute. I haven't got to that part yet, but the way it ends up being, it becomes very full. It becomes very, very full of lots of rocks. So I'm not sure it looks good this way. It's the one thing I regret. Yeah. I think that's really other than forgetting like a commons area where they can have a potluck or something, that's the one other thing that I regret and or don't like about this build is that rocky border around the garden. See what I mean by it being overly full of rocks? I just think there's too many. And I needed to make it a little like more sparse, more spaced out between the rocks potentially. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. Oh, that was my phone, and I'm not gonna re record this. Hopefully, it wasn't too loud. But yeah, I tried to kind of incorporate the rocks in another spot here along the edge of the sidewalk too, so that it looked a little better. These ones I like. These ones turned out well. I wish I would have done this sort of look more with that garden area. Feel free to fix it if you want, because I agree it does not look great with so many rocks piled together around the edge. Yeah, that's about it though. I don't really know what else to say about the build. Um, I think two of the patios gets decor, furniture. One of them does not. Uh, the other idea I had in my head for the first floor single bedroom apartment was maybe it's so sparse because the sim just moved in and they don't have a lot of stuff yet, or they didn't unpack a lot of stuff yet, and so they don't have a lot of patio furniture yet. They don't have a lot of anything yet. So that was kind of the other thing I was thinking in my head as a storyline for that first floor apartment. But yeah, I just ran out of time really. But like if you want a story behind it, that's the story. It's a single sim who just moved in. That was what I was kind of thinking could be my excuse for not overly decorating it. I'm telling on myself, but that's okay. I hope to replace those mailboxes with the smaller, like 3 unit mailbox that we're gonna be getting. I hope. I hope that's how it's gonna work. I'm pretty sure that's how it's gonna work. We don't actually know a lot about the for rent pack. As much as it feels like we know a lot about it, we actually don't know a ton of details about it yet. We kind of have some understanding, like we know now based on the last teaser, which I didn't know when I made my video about the build teaser and the 6 units that we could have. I did not know that you could use any door, but the gurus did confirm it on Twitter that there are no apartment specific doors. Rather, you will have a tool that you can designate which rooms belong to which apartment and which rooms belong to common areas. And so it doesn't matter what the front door of the apartment will be. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. There's a few other things that they talked about that I can't really remember at the moment, but I'm almost positive next week we're going to be getting a lot more information possibly even the gameplay trailer, and we'll learn a lot more then. They will start sharing a lot more information at that point. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, but again, like I said earlier in this video, I'm also kind of glad for a bit of a slower week this week so I can get caught up with everything, to be honest. I did cut this video down for time, but 22 minutes can still be a long time. So my idea for future apartment builds is I will record the entire build, but maybe I will only show like decorating one room of each apartment and building the main structure, depending on the size of the build, obviously. Or maybe I'll show the building of just the structure, depending on how big it is. And the decorating the inside apartments will be like a live stream exclusive thing or something. I don't know. I don't know yet, but I know that if I record decorating every apartment plus the building itself in all of these speed builds, my videos are going to be like 45 minutes to an hour long. And some people are okay with watching that, but a lot of people are not. Like, I think 20 to 30 minutes is basically the max that people are willing to put up with watching my videos for. Oh, speaking of which, I hit 280 subscribers this weekend. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. 280? I appreciate you all. I am so excited for this. I'm so happy for this. You have no idea how much this means to me. This is. I can't even say the right words because it's so amazing to me, but I really. This is like a dream come true. I did not think, I thought maybe I would get to 260 by Christmas. Possibly tops, but 280 before mid-November or around mid-November, it's stunning to me. And I thank you all so much. I appreciate you all so much. Why don't we go check out the screenshots for this build now? This lot is pretty terrible for lighting, but this is the front-ish inside of the building. Then you have the entryway room, and this is the first floor apartment, living room, kitchen area, the single bedroom. This is the bedroom of that apartment. Again, sparsely decorated. This is the second floor, the one you got to see in this video. The entryway, living room, kitchen area, as well as the kids' bedroom. And then the adult bedroom here, they have a big walk-in closet as well, if you didn't see that during the video. Then this is the third floor unit, the older couple, sparsely decorated again, but still somewhat decorated. And their teenage child here in the third floor. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!